Hey, Sean here with Airwaves again. I'm just going to be talking in this lesson about just kind of the different events that we'll be probably going through. First off is probably your ceremonies for a wedding. Ceremonies for a wedding are really important for the bride and groom especially. Because kind of, everyone thinks about it like, lots of people, they dream about all their life kind of thing. So you want to make sure it's as dialed in and you're good to go as possible. The key thing is, get there early. That's the key. Dress professional. If it's an outdoor ceremony, you want to know where the power supply is. Ask these questions. Bring your extension cables. Especially if you're doing an outdoor one, you want at least 50-foot extension cables because those will, I've done weddings in the past where, when I first started out and all I had was 25 and I was nowhere near and I couldn't get the speakers kind of where they need to be, so I kind of had to improvise, but those little things that you pick up over time, so you just really want to prepare for them. The key to doing a ceremony is, if you're going to bring your speakers, it's going to be, it's a really important thing. So maybe bring your iPod and maybe your soundboard or your computer, whatever it is. You obviously need your speakers and a source of audio. So the key thing is when you have those songs, you want to go through them. You want to, the day before, you want to put them on your iPod or your computer, however you're going to play the whole song through, start to finish. Listen to that song, know if there's any problems, get it fixed before you show up the day of and bride's walking down the aisle and all of a sudden you got some brutal audio quality and it just sounds awful. Same thing when they're the signing of the declaration or whatever you want to call it, all that stuff. Play every song through thoroughly and make sure you're ready to go. Another thing is when you're doing the ceremony, you're not just doing the ceremony, you're doing prior to that as everyone's walking in and sitting down. So get yourself, a couple hours. It won't be a couple hours, but get yourself a couple hours of just background music, whether it be acoustic guitar, jazz. I personally like playing a little bit of acoustic kind of Hawaiian, just, especially for outdoors, just kind of goes a long way. Get yourself a few different playlists and just kind of set it up. You're not really DJing your ceremony, you're just going through the playlist, so it's probably more relaxed. Same thing after the ceremony, after they're done walking back down the aisle and away, same thing. Get, half an hour or an hour, you'll probably be playing Song for Everyone to Leave kind of thing. So same thing. Get yourself a few playlists, hit play, make sure everything's okay. You don't want to be blaring the music and drowning people out, but just a nice, easy, background. No one cares about the latest, greatest song that you have up your sleeve. Just keep the easy ones in there, right? So the next part, we're going to be talking about the reception of a wedding. The reception of a wedding is probably the biggest deal, I would say. Same thing, get there early, set up your speakers, find out where you're setting up. Get to know the event staff, they can help you in any way. I like to know little things like where's the washroom, because you're going to be standing there for 6, 7, 8 hours sometimes. At some point you might have to go, so have a plan B, know where that washroom is. If you're in a kind of an older building, know where the breaker panel is. Like, you could blow a breaker easily, so talk to whoever is around the building knows it. Just find out where these things are. It's a key not to plug as many things into one outlet as possible. Try and use different ones off different circuits. That's the key. You don't want to tax it too much more than you can. Little things like that. Bring yourself some water. Bring yourself some food, snacks. They go a long way. You're going to be hungry. You're there for 6 to 8 hours. Ask for a chair even, because no one expects you to be DJing during dinner time. What I like to do is, have a chair. As people are walking in, stand up, look professional, smile on your face, greet them. Don't be staring in your computer screen the whole time. You want to interact with people, right? So as dinner's going on, have your chair. What I like to do is I got a playlist set, but I spent hours on this playlist, right? So I know it works good. I've got different playlists for different kind of different events kind of thing, and go through it and make sure everything works. And if people are like, hey, what's that? Change it up. You know what I mean? As the night goes on, you're probably gonna be asked to do things like the first dance, obviously, potentially a garter belt toss, flower toss, different little fun games kind of like that as well. So you want to make sure you have all those songs and play them through your speakers. That's the key. I know I've had some songs before that have, they played on my iTunes. Okay, they sound good. When I bring them to my software doesn't recognize it. So play the entire song through, the day before. Make sure everything works. Give yourself lots of time and backup. Like I've got my external hard drive that I keep all my music on. But if that were to fail, I keep a little disc here. It's got on maybe 1,000 songs that I know I can limp through the night with it. If my computer fails,